Good heavens, the 49ers have a lot of talent to choose from, and my growing list of options just got sweeter. In today's video, we are talking about several pieces of news where I have found myself feeling pleasantly surprised with what people are reading from the tea leaves, and frankly, my optimism on hitting in this NFL draft with this much talent is getting higher by the day. Hit subscribe if you're looking for daily 49ers content, but we got to talk about this guy, Tyler Warren out of Penn State, widely regarded as the best tight end in the draft this year. Although the 49ers met formally with many tight ends and Ty wasn't on the list yet, don't be too hasty in taking him off of your big boards. What type of player is Tyler Warren? What type of guy is this? Well, guess what? Matt Maiocco wrote an article for NBC Sports Bay Area covering him. Here's how he put it, and my gorgeous computer's on your desk, by the way. Here's how Matt Maiocco put it. Warren, 6'6", 261 pounds, is also a strong blocker, adept at yards after catch, a short yardage back, a wildcat quarterback, and even someone who can snap the ball. Here's what Tyler Warren said when interviewed recently. I think I can do a lot of different things, so whatever the offense needs from week to week and what they want my role to be is what I'll do. Love the attitude. That might change from game to game. So I think I'm a guy who can do a lot of different things and fill a lot of roles. Now, when you hear that, just like for like a New York minute, just bear with me here. When you hear that, there are two things that I think of. I don't know. Let me know if you hear that too. When I hear it first, I hear things that make me think about George Kittle. When I hear about a tight end who's a strong blocker, adept at yards after the catch, a short yardage back. Like, that's a guy who's pretty versatile, right? George Kittle, maybe I wouldn't put him at a short yardage back nowadays, but he had some pace for his size, no doubt, when he first entered the league. And it sounds like a George Kittle. And the deeper I go into reading about how he'll jump from position to position, and he kind of loves that about playing football, the more I think this is Kyle Shanahan's kind of guy. There's only one problem with Tyler Warren. Only one problem. It's not about his quality of play. We'll talk about that in a second. He's a great player. It's not about stepping up when other veterans before him left to go to the NFL because he did that. Tyler Warren is probably a top 10, top 15 pick. That's Tyler Warren's problem. He's too good because the 49ers, to go after him, would have to give up a lot. That is the biggest problem Tyler Warren's going to face. Teams that desperately need a big man to join their defensive line, they're going to have a hard time waiting at that first chance in the first round. Now, I want to get to some of the stats. Well, let's let Matt Maiocco did some good stuff here. I want to continue to share some of the stuff that he said. He caught 104 passes for 1,233 yards and 8 touchdowns. Warren added 218 yards and 4 touchdowns rushing on 26 attempts. None of his rushes went for negative yards. He also threw a touchdown pass. Love that. Absolutely love that. Similar to like that same kind of mentality that George Kittle talks about, where he was told early on from his coaches, never, ever get tackled on first contact. Never let the first guy take you down. Like that kind of mentality has just been bred into him from the very beginning. Warren's most unique play came against USC when he shifted to center on an unbalanced line, snapped the ball, and then ran a route down the left hash mark and made a leaping 32-yard touchdown catch over safety Zion Branch. Wow. That's quite the play. And Matt Maiocco, credit to you for writing it in a way that just makes me feel like I can re-see it like I've never seen it before. Tyler Warren, there's more to the story. This is where like the surprise came from. So Warren is gaining some momentum as the 49ers target in mock drafts. NBC Sports Bay Area asked him about the possibility of playing alongside George Kittle. I think that would be a great opportunity, Warren said. Obviously, one of the best tight ends to play football, and to be able to learn from him and kind of pick up on some stuff that he does would obviously be a great opportunity for me in being able to learn from him. Warren did not take part in formal interview with the 49ers at the Combine. He said, but the thought of playing in Coach Kyle Shanahan's system is something he would consider a good fit for his vast skill set. They use tight ends in a great way. They use a lot of tight ends in a lot of different ways. I think that would be a fun scheme to be able to be a part of. So this is a fascinating story, and I'm not going to go too far in the speculation, but I wouldn't count him out as an impossible pick from the 49ers, despite the fact they haven't interviewed him yet, and most likely won't at this point, but we'll see. This is crazy. Here's a guy who massively respects George Kittle, massively respects Kyle Shanahan, is aware of how the offensive system, at least in as far as any of us are, aware of how the system operates and how they use tight ends. And clearly, he is an incredible talent. And he seems to me like a good fit for the situation that we're looking at with our Kyle Juszczyk problem. Also, both wear 44. That would be kind of convenient for him. He's worn 44 his whole life, and he would probably love to wear 44 in the NFL, wouldn't he? But all of that being said, I want to move on to another story today that I'm hyped on that I think is really cool. I just wanted to say George Kittle and his leadership, his embodiment of the 49er way, his prolific blocking, there could not be a better guy for him to learn from, right? Like, he would be the best guy to learn from. That would be so awesome for him. Now, I want to move on despite the fact that my computer's totally wigging out. I'm going to have to try and fix it. Hopefully it works. But if it doesn't, I'll have to go with some other notes that I have. But should the 49ers go for Warren at the 11th pick? Probably not. They probably shouldn't go for Tyler Warren at the 11th pick. But this is just the type of thing that you could see Kyle Shanahan doing, right? 100% I could see him do that. Now, PFF, they may have picked the best scenario for the 49ers' first 3 rounds. It's not perfect, but it's pretty intriguing. Let me give you a quick read on what they said. And just in terms of my growing list of players that I'm really excited about, let me start here. Okay, San Francisco 49ers, Derek Harmon, Jihad Campbell, Darian Porter, Jalen Noel. Now that the 49ers know that Trent Williams will play in 2025, they can rest assured that they probably don't need to draft a tackle as highly anymore, although adding one would be still smart. Now John Lynch can focus on recovering from potential free agent losses this offseason. San Francisco's interior defenders generally underperformed in 2024, and Javon Hargrave will be a free agent. Harmon could naturally slide in and sit next to Nick Bosa. Pause. Did you guys see Derek Harmon? He is an absolute monster. Hand size, wingspan, and speed. I mean, this guy is a monster. I wrote it down here. It's in my combine notes. Hold on. He ran a 4.95 40 at 315 pounds. He ran faster than all of us. Everyone watching this video, myself included, recording it. He ran faster than all of us, and he's 315 pounds. And if you saw him and watched him at the combine, it just felt like, oh my word, that man is a man to be reckoned with. Can you picture him now next to Nick Bosa, which is what PFF suggested here? So you've got Derek Harmon next to Nick Bosa, and what are you going to do? You're going to double team Nick Bosa? Okay, no problem. This dude, and the tape doesn't lie. I mean, this is an interesting pickup, okay? So this is the 49ers, or this is the PFF, kind of projecting, here's what the best case first 3 rounds would look like for the 49ers. And if you look at it from an outside looking in, by the way, and you're just looking at, you pick up a defensive lineman, interior linebacker, cornerback, and wide receiver, the only thing you're really missing there is an edge guy. And it's very possible, I'm not trying to say it's going to happen, but it's very possible the 49ers don't pick up a big name edge guy. I know I'm not like popular for saying that, but Leonard Floyd is still on this football team, and they put a lot of energy into that move. Leonard Floyd opposite Nick Bosa, stats are good. I understand that there's more to life than stats, but if you have two powerful interior defensive linemen, then it changes things for you no doubt, especially in a wide 9 scenario. And this guy run blocking I love the idea, okay? I'll just say that. At linebacker, the 49ers need a consistently healthy starter next to Fred Warner and Campbell. 81.6 overall PFF grade would be too good to pass up in the second round. Porter, 4.7 passer rating when targeted, and Knoll, 81.7 PFF receiving grade, could account for losing both Travarius Ward and Deebo Samuel. So there's some interesting takes there. Let me know in the comments what you think about those ones. Obviously, there are the other guys out there that we will not forget about, like James Pierce Jr., who ran a 4.47 40, fastest 40 among defensive linemen yesterday. Looked incredible in drills. Lots of links, of course, with the 49ers. Who else is out there? I already mentioned Shamar Stewart, of course. 49ers met with him. Interested in Shamar Stewart for sure. He ran a 4.5 40. I wrote down some other guys' names here. Let's see here. Landon Jackson. I'm missing someone. Whatever. Who cares? The point is, there are some big name dudes. They're going to be big names. They're big names in college. They're going to be bigger names in the NFL. There's a lot of talent to choose from. I'm feeling more optimistic now than I ever have. Let me know what you think and how optimistic you're feeling about the 49ers' chances of actually hitting in the draft. I think the 49ers have a really good shot. And I know that I probably feel this way every year to some extent because you just get hyped up and everything. But this feels like the type of draft that if you don't get your guy, the one that you were really hoping for, don't move up. You don't have to move up. You can get somebody else there are plenty of incredible pieces to fit your puzzle, and I'm stoked about it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you have to say about it. Appreciate you. Hope you have a fantastic weekend.